Good morning from home. This is my official first day of retirement, y'all. Because I was off from work Thursday would have been my off day. Well, I retired Wednesday. They took me out to lunch. They gave me some beautiful gifts. I'm going to show them to you. And so Thursday was my off day. Friday was the 4th. Then I would have had the weekend. So today is really kind of like my first day under the DRP early retirement program. So I'm just gonna spend my morning with you all in my house. I just woke up about 7-ish, close to 7. My head was kind of, like okay. But I started thinking about my work, and I started wondering if the continuity was going to keep, there was going to be continuity and stuff. And I know that there is and stuff like that. But what I did, I took it, I took my work, I don't know, seriously or whatever you could say, because I know it was part of helping veterans get supplies and pharmaceuticals that's needed and purchase high-tech medical equipment so for our nation's veterans. So that's what I did, accounts receivable for that for some years. And my father was a World War II veteran, and so I used to take him to the VA hospital all the time for his treatment. And especially when he got older, well, elderly, I would say, he kind of enjoyed being around his comrades, And even when he was in the nursing home that I didn't want to see him go to, he kind of just gravitated towards those veterans, those comrades. And he would say, "These are my buddies. These are my buddies," Even when he was like, what I say, regressing, that's when an older person, an elderly person, I'm gonna say, starts remembering long ago things, long ago, and kind of living in that moment. A lot of times I do it myself. I don't live in the moment, but I remember things. Just boom, I have these memories that pop out from years and years ago, out of nowhere. And I think it's called regressing. I just think it's a natural part of the life cycle that we regress naturally. Our bodies, our minds, and everything. We can't hold everything in our minds. We can't remember everything, right? But yeah, so this is my first day actually being home. Actually, just regrouping and everything. So this morning I got up. The first thing I did, I looked in my medicine cabinet, right? I was brushing my teeth and whatever. And I saw how bad my medicine cabinet looked inside. I usually put a napkin, paper towel down, refresh it where I put my toothbrush and toothpaste. I refresh that every couple of days, every week or whatever. So I just happened to look down at the place where I keep all my soap for my face and stuff like that. And I looked underneath it and I was like, dang, I ain't cleaned it here and I don't know when. It had all kinds of goo gop on it, because I kept turmeric in there to try to brighten these dark spots. So I'm going to work on that too. I'm already working on the beard thing. I'm getting laser hair removal. I'll probably do I'm doing a treatment soon, so I'll probably record that. But yeah, I looked at that medicine cabinet and I was like, oh my God, no wonder my boyfriend don't want to marry me. It's the little things, y'all. People they look all over your house, especially women. How the woman always gets to blame. The house is dirty or whatever. If you're married or whatever, you can have 12 kids, but they looking at you like, why is your house dirty? But I live by myself, so that's no biggie. But little things like that, where I get up in the morning and I wash your face, brush your teeth, shower, and all that stuff. and I'm pushing stuff in the cabinet, like stuff is falling out my medicine cabinet and everything, and I just push it on up in there. Do what I gotta do, put my little makeup on, and head out the door, you know. So that was funny, because I was like, man, because he's going to stay with me a couple of days after his surgery, right? So I made a little room in the medicine cabinet for him at the same time for his little things, maybe if he want to put them in there. So, yeah, that little stuff like that, I'm like, oh, you know, it wasn't like it was like anything nasty or nothing like that, but it was just, you know, the soaps and everything, and your hands going in and out with makeup on and all that stuff. So I cleaned that. So now I'm about to get me a little breakfast. This weekend I had a party. I gave my guy a party. He turned 65 and everything. So I gave him a party, me and his family, and it was really nice. So the theme was blue and gold. I bought some plates and everything, and we decorated the spot, and it turned out nice. Most of his family, my sister girlfriend, her sister came, and her husband. So it turned out real nice. It was like a deck, you know, indoor, outdoor. It's a big old patio he got out there where we were, and everything, and the music was nice. It turned out nice. So I'm about to eat me some breakfast. This is my setup. This is something that I want to change. I want to change and just have a clean kitchen, like no clutter. That's my goal. No clutter. But it's cluttered today, so it is what it is. So I'm going to eat breakfast. Make me some, I don't even know. I think I want some scrambled eggs and sausage this morning. But I will say this. I used to drink 44 ounces of water every morning, 42 ounces of water every morning before I went to work. I got out the habit of that. So I'm going to start that habit again, you know, drinking my water before I start my day, heading out, or whatever the case may be. So I know, like Thursday, they give these classes at this place I go to in the morning, line dances. So I'm going to do that. I think it starts at 9 o'clock, but tonight I'm going to hit my spin cycle class. I feel myself just, you know, just loosening up. I need to tighten up again. But I did lose a pound. I got on the scale. I guess I did lose a pound. I thought I would gain a pound, but the way I've been running around for the party, working in my yard and everything, I'm not surprised that I lost a pound. I really not. It don't look like I lost an ounce, of course. But the way I had been running around last week when I got up, I guess that Thursday, I was kind of in shock. I was sad a little bit. I was scared, like, what's going to happen, you know, with this administration, you know, I'm going to get my money, you know, and everything like that. I do have some savings, but not like that, you know. So I went outside. I cleaned behind my garage. I mowed the lawn behind my garage. I moved some stuff like garden soil, and so this, that, and the other. Moved that around on my blue room. I haven't finished anything outside, anything in my yard. Nothing. Pulling weeds, just cleaning up, tidying up, making it look good. I haven't even had a chance to do that. My garden has never looked as bad as it looks now. I have some areas clean. I'll let you see that too. I'll have some areas clean, but not all. It's a mess. So, with that being said, I'm going to get my breakfast started. Oh, the food was so good. The food was so good at the party too. His sisters can really cook, okay? And Yeah, the food was really good. I don't know if I want avocado toast. I'm kind of tired of avocado toast. Yeah. You know, you get tired of the same thing. That's another thing I want to do is learn some new recipes and new things to do for breakfast and lunch and just in general. I just want to explore. I can relax until something comes up because that's what life does. You can relax and everything, then something always comes up. But at the moment now, I want to just relax and take care of myself and my boo. And yeah, I need some more cabinet space, man. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and hopefully this part will be filmed and have a little music over it, okay? I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. So after I do this, I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to spend some time with God because that's what I promised. In retirement, I said, man, I've been working 42 years. What have I done for God? You know, spend some time with Him. But for the most part, today, I want to go for a walk. I don't want to go for a walk. I'm like, you know, I just want to go for a walk. I want to just enjoy the environment I'm around, and just walk slow. Listen to some music, some uplifting music, and take in some scenery wherever I go. Probably be to the park. I wished I could ride my bike, but I don't want to ride my bike and then turn around this evening and go to spin class. I'll fall out. So I'll probably just do that, do a little nature walk. I do not do the woods at all by myself. I do not do that. I do not do the forest preserves by myself. I'm a chicken. And if I did do the forest preserves by myself, I would have my pistol on me, believe me. Because you got some nuts out there. So yeah, y'all, this is my first day of my retirement. I'm at home, back at home, but this time I just don't have to work at home. Boy, eat some big eggs. Maybe I should do one egg. Yeah. And maybe, you know, so I don't have to work. That's the thing. I don't have to work. So that 10 hours is mine. You know, it's mine. Because I would work 10 hours a day, 4 days a week. And I have every Friday off, which was cool. But sometimes I'd be so tired on Fridays from working all week and trying to go to the gym or whatever, have a life, okay? That it wasn't even kind of worth it to work, you know. So yeah. So I'm having sausage, something simple, sausage and egg. And maybe I'll have one waffle. Yeah. I'll do one waffle. I went to the store yesterday just to get some lint traps, right? For my washing machine. And I was in the store and I was going to buy some Cheerios cereal. So they had all this supposedly sale. They said $2.99 each if you buy 4. I ain't buying no 4 boxes of cereal. Damn, they don't take no consideration to the single person, you know. So I was looking at the cost of the other cereal. A big old box of cereal costs $8.99. You might as well say $10. And then the other one, I think it was like $6.49 for the medium size one. And I'm like, damn, you know, this don't make no sense for cereal, for something that's not going to even keep you full for an hour. It's that much. It's crazy. That's why I don't buy cereal that much. And plus, it gives me hot flashes. So, I don't do cereal like that, cold cereal like that. But I do like it. I do like it at night because I tend to have a dry mouth at night from my, I guess from medication, my high blood pressure medication and stuff. So the cereal and the milk, it helps me keep my mouth from being so dry during the night. So I had bought this pitcher. I was gonna make some sangria for the 4th of July. I never did make it, but it's so big, it's clunky. But I'll find a spot for it. Yeah, I'll find a spot for it because I plan on purging. I gotta clean my basement out because construction is getting ready to start in my basement for my new, my nephew said lower level, for my new lower level, the basement. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my new lower level where I can have company, my family hopefully, and my company, and just build a life. Because like I said, since 2019, 2020, I've changed a little bit as far as being social and stuff. So yeah, y'all, I am on this new journey. Like I said, today I'm gonna read before I go out, and I'm trying to get out the house before 12. Well, it's 8:45 now, so I'm gonna read my word, read my Proverbs for today. Is what? Today is what was my baby's birthday? It was yesterday. Yeah, today's the 7th. So I'm going to read Proverbs 7. Somebody taught me that I used to work with. He was like, I was getting ready to go on well, I had quit the VA. I was a kid. Well, I wasn't a kid. I was like 32, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I was like 32, 33, whatever it was. I was real young. And so he told me, I didn't want to quit. That's another story. I didn't really want to quit, but I had to leave. But that's another story. That's kind of private, so I'll probably never share that. And so he told me, he said, when you read your Bible, he said the Proverbs gives you wisdom and whatnot, and it's 31 chapters in there. So 31 chapters, and it's 31. Sometimes we have 31 days in a month, right? So you read a chapter a day in Proverbs. So I fell in love with Proverbs because Proverbs, to me, it was written by Solomon, a wild ass king that had 700 wives. How do you keep 700 wives? And but it was written by him, and it's a book of wisdom. So it's also it's kind of humorous too. If you look at it, sometimes you kind of snicker. I mean, if you read it, sometimes you're gonna kind of snicker, at different things that he said in there and stuff like that. But it's a book of wisdom, practical life advice, for everyday living. Proverbs 31 woman, it exemplifies the Proverbs 31 woman handling her business, and her husband is known in the gates, the city gates. It's real cool, It's all how you look at Proverbs, but it's a real cool book, and I think every young man, I tell my son, I said, read Proverbs, read Proverbs. every young man should have his head in Proverbs because it's full of wisdom. Teaches you how to control your temper. It teaches you how to, hey, don't be in debt to anybody. It just gives you practical wisdom to make your life more peaceful, okay? And to serve, and do it God's way, okay? But yeah, Solomon wild ass, he wrote it. so yeah, y'all. And yeah, I do curse a little bit, and I am a Christian. So I'm a cursing Christian at times, okay? But not like vulgar, like, unless I'm really kind of pissed, but not vulgar. Not vulgarly. So yeah. So this is my little breakfast. I know it's gonna be gone. I talked about cereal. I said this is gonna be gone in an hour, but I plan on drinking my water, and I plan on making me a fruit smoothie. I bought this fruit. I said, yeah, I'm gonna make me some fruit smoothies. I'm gonna make it. What I end up doing, this is what I end up doing with that fruit. I cut it up. I froze it. Put it in my freezer. I went to Sam's, bought me some sangria, right? I'm making fruit smoothies, right? What I end up making? I end up putting that fruit in and making me some sangria. And this is the fruit right here. Strawberries, lime, apples, green apples, peaches, So I ended up, I ain't made a smoothie yet. This has been my smoothie, okay? I've been using it in my sangria. But I promise today, after I get finished walking, I'm going to come home and have me a real smoothie, okay? I'm not going to put any wine in it. I'm just going to put, what I'm supposed to put in there and get it out. I mean, it's still fruit. I mean, hey, it's still good for you, right? It's fruit in here. So yeah. So I think I want some tea. I want some perk up tea. Hey, where's all my, see what I'm talking about? Organization is key, y'all. It's key. I gotta stop being lazy right now. I ain't got no excuse. I ain't got no excuse for my house not to be clean now. I ain't working, right? So yeah. I'm gonna make me some tea to go with it. Drinking some water. And chit chat with y'all some more. But yeah. And I know that, I know when I get my sleep apnea machine, I'm going to be much more energetic. Much more energetic. And I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how this retirement going to work. I'll probably have to end up, well, I know I'm going to volunteer, probably at a food pantry, either around my house or probably at my church, and volunteer. So that'll give me something to do as well. But the biggest thing is right now is, the biggest thing right now, is is cleaning out my basement. Cleaning out my basement to so that I can get it clean, get it up. Get the basement, the lower level done. And that'll bring up the value of my little home as well, too. Look at this. Boy, we be hitting this water machine. I can tell when it's running low. Me and my guy, we drink a lot of water. because chamomile is when you go to sleep. So I'm gonna do, I guess I'll do the vanilla chai. That's my favorite. I have vanilla chai in there. I have perfect peach with probiotic. I got green tea. I got wellness tea. My son bought me for Mother's Day. He's always so thoughtful with his gifts. And got all kinds of tea in there. But today I need a little caffeine, so I'm gonna do the vanilla chai and put the French vanilla inside of my cup with my tea bag. French vanilla international delight. I'm not getting paid for this, but this is what I do. That keeps me from going to an establishment where they charge $6, $7 for the same thing. You can do it home with your vanilla chai tea bag and your creamer. Same thing. And if you really wanted to pop off, you know, with flavor with this, put a little nutmeg in it. And because it's nutmeg in vanilla chai, put a little nutmeg in your tea. And just go on, girl. Go on from there. But yeah, today I got a lot to do. I got appointments to make, to remake, to reschedule. I got to call Social Security. Man, I got a lot to do today. And I got to answer some emails. I got a lot to do. But first things first, I want to take care of me. I'm going to go on that walk. Even if I just do 1 mile around. Because I feel like I need it. I feel like I need to walk to this morning and just take things in. And then I'll come back and make my phone calls and whatnot. So that rattling is my my water cooler machine. Food and got cold a little bit. So yeah. So yeah, I had to clean up and everything. So we're gonna see what the day brings, y'all. This is my first day of my retirement, first morning of my retirement, and I'm just gonna enjoy my day. I have some things I need to do tomorrow, very important. So I'm gonna try to get my house in order the next few days and go from there. I have surgery. I mean, I have surgery. I have physical therapy that I need to take for my shoulder. They say I have a pinched nerve, and it's running down here. It's making this area very, very, very sore, especially when I sleep at night. And it hurts. It stings. Nothing helps, you know. If I take one Aleve, it helps, but nothing really helps. Sometimes, you know, I feel it in the morning, so I gotta take PT, you know. So that's all I have, really, for now. I guess I'll pick it back up when I'm out and about. Or you all. Wow, now listen, it was so loud. I hope y'all heard me. I have these little mics right here. I gotta figure out how to clip them on. I had a clip, and I kept looking at this little clip. I was like, what the hell is this clip for? Just laying around. And I didn't want to throw it out. I hope I didn't throw it out. But it's for this little mic. Now I can't remember what I did with it. Hopefully I didn't throw it out. I doubt it. I think I saw it downstairs in the basement. And I was looking. I said, what is this? So now I know it's this for this. Well, hopefully I didn't throw it out. That's old timers for you. I have so many cords and stuff, I don't even know what they go to. I'm like, what the hell is this for? You know, you know, can't find them, nothing matches. It's just too much, y'all. Too much! But anyway, I will pick this back up in just a second. And we're going to get into that Proverbs 7. I don't know. I'm not going to read it to y'all. But I'm going to read it. That's a start. That's a start. I've started journaling again too. But this time I journal on my laptop because I can't write anymore. When I start writing, my hand just cramps up. After a while, it just cramps up. And I can't write anymore. Because I've been typing for 40 years. So, my hands are done for writing. And if I do write, I'm like, and then my hand starts cramping up. Then my words, you know, on my cursive writing I can't, you know, it looks all crazy. So I just said, well, I'll type. I've been typing for years, so now I'll type my journal out. You know, so I have all kinds of journals. I mean, I have journals from years and years. That was my passion, writing. That's what I should have stuck to. And it's so funny that my ancestors were actually writers. They were, in the slavery days, they were census takers and stuff like that, and they wrote and things like that. So it's just like journalism or something, like it runs through the family, that gene or whatever, that, you know, that tendency. You know, so yeah, my father, he was going to school for journalism even back then, because my father would have been over 100 years old if he was living today. He would have been well over 100 years old. Because like I said, he was a World War II veteran. And then my niece, she took up journalism in school. And I told her, I said, yeah, you know, your ancestors and stuff were census takers and writers and stuff like that too. So it just runs through the blood, but I'm gonna keep my little journal too. I call it my retirement journal. Maybe God will evolve that into something, you know. No, so hey, might write a book. One of my coworkers, she retired, and she's writing a book. Okay? So you can't tell me what you can't do. Life goes on. Just don't go sit in the corner because you're 60-something years old or 50-something years old. Don't go sit in the corner and just wait. Live your life. And live your life. It might not be what people see. It might be boring to some people or whatever. Who cares? I don't care what it is. If it's changing your hairstyle every day, do it. Do it for you. Do it for you. It's your life. Let people, if they judge, they judge. They gonna do it. They talked about Jesus, so they gonna talk about you. Everybody gonna talk about you. Everybody. No person is exempt from getting talked about. That's life. So, just like I'm doing right now, Hershey cup. Just like I'm doing right now, sitting here sipping my tea. Sorry if I smack. I have a coworker, she would be smacking her butt off at her desk when she's eating. I'd be like, ooh, my mother would just like, pow! upside my head. Not upside my head, but she would say, "Girl, stop all that smacking." I'm gonna come in there. So yeah, but I can go get my Bible right now and read you all Proverbs, a little bit of Proverbs, okay? Proverbs 7, since it's July the 7th. Another cord that fell on the floor. I don't know what the cord is to, but who cares, right? But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all just a brief. Proverbs 7. It comes right after Psalms, the chapter. And if I can remember, I don't want to make this a Bible study, but chapter 7. Yeah. Keep your commandments, keep my commandments. And behold, there met him a woman with an attire of an harlot and a subtile of heart. She was loud and stubborn. She was without. She was in them streets. And she lay and she wait at every corner. She was a hoe, okay, y'all? She was a hoe. That's the oldest profession there is prostitution. Yeah, she was a hoe. So she called him and kissed him and said to him, "Hey, I have peace, come on with me. Therefore I came forth, and then I found thee, and then I have found thee. Seek thy face. And I've got my bed together with some tapestry, y'all, and I perfume my bed with myrrh and cinnamon. Come on, let's take fellow love until the morning." Ow, ow, ow. I told you Solomon something else. So he came and he took the bag of money and he came home at the day appointed, and with her much fair speech she caused him to come on with it. With her lips, she said, "Come on with it." So he goeth after her straightway as a lamb to slaughter, as a fool to the correction of the stocks. And so till a dart strike through his liver. Okay. Till a dart strike through his liver, a bird hasteth to a snare, and knoweth not that this is for his life. She gonna kill him, okay? And she said, "Hearken unto me now, come on with the words of my mouth. Let my heart not decline her way, to go not astray in her paths." Don't be chasing after no harlot woman, y'all, okay? She cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. You know what I'm saying? Because, her house was the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. So this one is basically about keeping your commandments. Don't be laying up with somebody, because, it's just death, awaits, when you do all that crazy stuff. Yeah, so she said, and behold, among the simple ones, I discern among the youths a young man void of understanding. So you got to get understanding, y'all. Get that understanding. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to read my chapter 7, and this is what it's about. It's about a whore, and the way that she twists and turns you and leads you to death. And that whore could probably be, it could just not be a woman. It probably could be drugs or alcohol, and you do it to death, so you do it to death. So it could be a metaphor as well. So, but yeah, I'm getting ready to read my Bible, and then I'm going to change my water because the red light is blinking, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. So I will see you all. Thanks for watching. This has been a long video for me, a long video. But I'm gonna upload this and see what happens, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this as much as I can, especially now since I'm retired. Clink. And I'm gonna show you my gifts in the next video that I got. It's really nice. So, at any rate, you all have a great day. Love you much. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Love you much.